So Ice Merchants. Ice Merchants is one of the films nominated for Best Animated Short Film this year at the Academy Awards. Is directed by... so I found this guy's personal YouTube channel on his personal YouTube channel, which is under his name. He said is Jean Gonzalez, but he says it very quickly. And it's Joao Gonzalez, but he said Jean Gonzalez. So I'm going to go off of his pronunciation because I feel like he knows his name. But if he said it very quickly, and I watched in several other videos, he said Jean Gonzalez. Anyway, so I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it, but I did actually do some research. But this is a really kind of dreamy, weird kind of film. Most of the colors in it are red and blue and kind of sketchbook papery. It's mainly in those colors, and what you see is you see a man up in a house that's suspended high up in the mountains. He's high up in the mountains, and you see his son is swinging underneath the house. He's swinging back and forth, way high up. So like, if he falls off that swing, it's a long drop, and then he just like rings a bell. His son stops swinging, lands in a place to get off of it. They go up, and then they break up all this ice that's freezing in this thing. They put the ice in the thing. They jump off their house, open a parachute, and then they lose their hats that they have on. The hats fly up and touch each other. And then they, use their parachute, come down, sell the ice, buy new hats, and do it over and over again. You're not sure what the deal is with the mother or why the kid's there or even why they're doing this. I found it to have a dream quality to it because it feels like an idea that a kid would tell you, like, well, where do you get ice from? It's like that Simpsons joke about the bear in the episode with Mr. Burns' bear. And they're like, we lost a lot of good men out there getting the ice this time, which is like ridiculous. Just have like a cooling facility. It is kind of childlike in terms of where it is, but at the same time, it's very mature because you can tell the father is going through loss. He's not sure what to do with himself. He's sort of in the rhythm of whatever this is. And it feels like a dream quality sort of thing. There are more suspenseful moments. I don't really want to spoil that, and I don't think filmmaker does it all, but it is like, you're high up in this house with this father and his son as he straps this kid against him, which if you've ever have a kid and have the snuggly against you, it's like this deep personal feeling because they're resting on you, often on your heart, but not always. They're like slumped down there. And he goes down and does this over and over again. It's a really beautiful, I think, movie. I think everything, even little parts of it, come back and connect. I kind of liked the reality of it. It felt like you had a dream. I know people say the term fever. I never have fever dreams. But I have dreams where you're like suddenly like it's your house, but it's like in this weird location. And you're like not sure why you're there. And it's like saying something about your life. You're not even sure what it is. And I wasn't even sure what they're saying for most of it. It felt like that. Like you're just there, going through the motions. In your head in this dream, you're like, oh, that's my life, I guess. And you've accepted it. And it felt like this kind of weird dream, sketchy quality. It also felt like you're both in the mature mind and a child mind at the same time. Seeing this person like, do like, obviously they don't make ice this way. But like the need to bring the ice and make money, seems to be important to him. And it is suspenseful. I like how they come back up, by the way. They come back up, they are on they sit on a motorcycle, and then it's like pulled back up, which is pretty amazing. This is a real imaginative, beautiful short. It sort of looks like a graphic novel. I would say it does have, I think a lot of indie animation likes to have the graphic novel quality to it. And this, I would say, Ice Merchants does. This is a very accessible kind of movie. I'd say of the two I've watched, I think this is like a lot easier to go down, but it is like supremely like kind of strange in what it's doing because it feels off the entire time, and not in an uncomfortable way, just in a way like how a dream feels off, but you sort of accept its offness and you accept sort of the loss, but you also understand that he really loves his son and loves his family and is trying to do what's right for them, even if what's right is having a weird house up in the mountains and like jumping off and like, giving people ice, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. But I don't know if this movie was meant to make a lot of sense. I don't know if this movie was meant to represent exactly what it is, but I think it represents that dream and those things that are important to us in our dreams. And I think Ice Merchants like captures all those things from maturity and the mixture of a real man, and I think life and the childlike sense of wonder together that gives them both kind of a level of importance. It just is very alive in itself, and I just really loved Ice Merchants for that. I think this is a little more all audience than you probably expect from this group of nominees, at least, and I think it's wonderful in that, but it will surprise you, I think, some of the places it goes.